Hit and run is on. Here we go. Cardinals swept. Nolan Gorman came up. Yachty pitched. Albert said he pitched better, but their manager said Yachty had more command of his fastball. D-Row, Cardinals, must-see TV. What do you got?
You know what, Lauren? I'm going to give love to a guy we don't give enough love to, and that's Paul Goldschmidt. I get it with the Yachty, Nolan Gorman, Matthew Liberatore. I love everything about it, but the bottom line is Goldie in the middle of that lineup. Last 7 games hitting that, I don't know, a 5-16 clip with 3 homers and 12 RBIs. And with Nolan Arenado kind of slumping, got out of the gate super hot. He's been kind of slumping lately, little mini slide 3 for his last 24. Goldie has been just a stalwart, killing the baseball again.
You talk about quietly going about your business. That is Paul Goldschmidt every year.
He's been so good. I mean, we're talking about, I joke all the time, hey, if you're going to invest in gold because it's steady.
Yeah.
That's what he's been. He's been so steady. Getting the barrel to the ball, Lauren, if you look at those numbers as far as exit velocities, per swing attempt, he's at the top of the list for the past, 5 years. He's legit.
Yeah. You have to buy gold, by the way.
You got to.
You got to get out
I've also heard silver is something to invest in as well.
That is true.
Yeah.
Put it in your safe.
Hey,
what about crypto?
Yes.
A little bit later,
Gold
JP
never loses value.
JP Morosi is going to tell you what the Cardinals' plans are now that Nolan Gorman is up. You mentioned Liberatore. What are they going to do in that infield now that Nolan Gorman is up? Joey Votto, you got something, D-Row?
He has an answer.
Well, I got an idea. Guess what? Nolan Gorman's going to play.
Yep. That seems fair. Yes. Meantime, Joey Votto, first home run of the season, and it comes not too far from where he grew up. As I mentioned a few moments ago, grew up outside of Toronto, went to a lot of Blue Jay games as a kid. D-Row, he said he's been trying to fix his swing, got off to a real slow start, but no cheap home run for his first of the season.
Yeah, when I think of Joey Votto, I think of one of the most interesting men I've ever met in a game, and to kind of watch him dissect his swing and try and become 2 different hitters. Earlier in his career, he was a batting average fiend, an on-base monster, and then over the last couple of years, Carlos, he's kind of searched for that more home runs. I mean, last year he had a .938 OPS. I'm looking at it right here, 36 homers, 99 RBIs. So what I love is that he got a chance to go back to where it kind of all started for him, and he didn't disappoint. As bad as his season with the COVID and the injuries, he found a way to put on a show for the Toronto faithful.
Yeah, that was really fun to watch. But look, he's been having issues with his health. So forget about even working on your swing. Just getting healthy alone, it's one of those things that you must be able to check that box and says, okay, I feel good. I mean, you get in that cage and something feels off, it's hard to work on your swing when your body is not ready to do it. Seems like he's healthy. I expect him to take off now.
It's so interesting you say that, because we look at, as fans, we look at the numbers. We don't know about the nagging injuries that they're playing through every day.
Yeah, real quick, I was just going to say, remember the Reds were 3-19 or 3-20?
And then what happened?
We talked about it.
No.
You wore their jersey, and now they're 12-28. So they're still well below 500, but they're playing much better.
It was good news for the Twins as well. Erased a 6-run deficit and swept the Royals. And Rocco Baldelli said postgame, "I'm going to remember trailing 6-0 entering the 8th and the rally." D-Row, over the course of 162, certain games stand out to you? Yes or no? Is it all just one big awesome blur?
No. I think certain games kind of are a litmus test or a barometer as you start snowballing. Certainly, I think of the Mets and some of the games that they've won earlier in the year that they would have totally lost the last couple of seasons. Same thing with Minnesota. But what I want to say, even in an awesome comeback, if you look at the team stats, they are 7th in Major League Baseball with a 3.40 ERA. They could not have imagined that coming out of spring training. You couldn't even name their starting rotation coming out of spring training. Joe Ryan with the tactical mock neck has been an ace for this team.
Yeah.
So they are getting good pitching. They are sandwiched in between the Rays and the Mets, pitching-wise.
Wow. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Giving themselves a chance.
I wouldn't have guessed that either. And as Adam in my ear points out, every good team, every championship team has that one seminal moment. For the Mets, it was the Wilmer Flores crying game. He thought he was traded, and they took off. Maybe this does the same thing for the Minnesota Twins. All right, let's get an update as we approach the end of the month. Sandy Alcantara is making a very strong case to become the pitch hand winner for the month of May. And remember, Carlos, it's the pitch hand, not the hand,
I know,
as
I made
you
that mistake.
mistakenly
I know.
referred to it.
I know. You
But
take a lot
Sandy
of offense.
Alcantara with a complete game. His 4 complete games since 2019 are tied for second most with Garrett Cole, Trevor Bauer, and Herman Marquez. Here's some other candidates from that we have to consider. Remember, there are hashtag other factors. D-Row, I mean, look, Alcantara's been on the show. He loves video games. That, for me, is a big part of why he might win this whole thing.
Yeah, Robert, I'm going to vote against him, to be honest with you, because he doesn't like the beach and he pitches in Miami.
Okay.
So that's a huge red flag for me, goes up. So I'm going to give it to Tarek Skubal. And the only reason I say that is I don't know if we can get Verlander on the show.
Okay.
I feel like Skubal's, Jacqueline can pull that off.
Yeah, I mean, that's big game hunting for Doug Jacqueline to get Justin Verlander. So
Justin Verlander should get it.
But again, hashtag other factors.
He's been on this show before. He has.
Yeah, what other? Tell me what the
Yeah, don't even
candidates
ask.
are.
It's PR department.
I'll tell you.
Exactly. It's who's
it like a
willing.
shredder?
Who's willing to come on in the show? Yes. Hashtag other factors is basically the shredder. It's basically Brian Kenny's shredder. Absolutely.
I love Sandy Alcantara. We interviewed him.
He's
and
nasty.
I'm the ace of the Marlins.
I know.
Very proud.
He's very confident.
I like his confidence.
And he loves video
Yeah,
games.
but
He
he's
shows
not
it.
taking advantage. He's
And
not
he loves
taking
video
advantage
games.
of where he's playing.
I don't like the beach either.
I don't like
D-Row.
it either. Yeah.
What?
Neither does Robert.
Well,
But what? Say it. No, say it.
You know what it is? Is this
you're the
scam.
only,
They
you're
don't
the only
want
person that I'm friends with that doesn't like the beach. I don't understand.
Zero. They don't want damage
You're
to
not
their
friends with
skin.
Robert.
It's supposed to get you wrinkles. They
Yes,
say.
that's right.
Exactly. SPF
And have you seen
60.
Robert's
Carlos,
face?
it's fishy.
Flawless.
It's fishy. If
It's
you don't like
flawless.
a day at the beach in the water, that's fishy to me.
Pun intended.
I mean, you get sand everywhere. Don't even ask. All sorts of
Yeah,
nooks
but then
and
you
crannies and it's a
But
nightmare.
then you take a shower.
That guy over there
and you're
and you got
fine,
the
right?
burnt skin.
No, burnt skin.
And you
It's
go
never
have a nice dinner.
It's never the same. Your skin is never the same.
I'm with you, D-Row.
Red
I
Sox
like the
should
beach.
be proud. 5 straight wins. A nice little homestand. Trevor Story coming alive. Carlos, you knew there was going to be a matter of time, was it not?
Yeah, wow. Trevor Story, my goodness, he absolutely went off. Placatas everywhere. The Red Sox playing great baseball, and they do need him. They need him to perform at this level if the Red Sox are about to make have a presence in the East.
What do you think, D-Row?
Yeah, I think for me, number one, I trust Alex Cora. Number two, the middle of their order is absolutely raked. It's not X or JD Martinez or Rafael Devers. It's the other guys, and we're starting to pick it up. Trevor Story obviously has gotten hot. Evaldi gives up the big home run. He's already tied what he did last year, but you tell me you're not going to feel good handing Nate Evaldi the ball deep into September? I will. It's a matter of, do they get Sale back and what version of that, and what's the bullpen look like? Can he be, you said something, Robert, I think earlier in the year, it might have been Lauren. When Sale comes back, do we just make him a high leverage guy? And I kind of laughed at it. I kind of was like, no, if he's right, he gets the ball. I'm starting to think, I don't know what we're going to get when we get him back, and if we're in the fight. Winning the division, I think, should not be on their mind.
It doesn't
Cora
have
will
to
probably
be.
fight me on that.
Yeah. No, it
But I
doesn't
still
have to be.
think, I think they can get in there.
Yeah.
That's where you want to put Garrett Whitlock. High leverage situation. Like, where are you putting him?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like there's so many moving pieces. Pivetta was in the bullpen last year, Lauren, and looked awesome. Whitlock was in the bullpen. Now you're asking these guys to start. So I think it's almost a Tampa Bay Rays situation happening, where it's like, hey, when I hand you the ball, get me outs.